Hi guys, today we are going to be talking about removing the factory barrel nut from your KWA upper receiver. Now this is one thing I've seen a lot of guys struggling with, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, wherever. Everybody seems to have issues with trying to get this thing off of here. Um, to be honest, a lot of people are just making this way harder than it needs to be. You don't need heat, you don't need acetone, mineral spirits, chemicals. All you really need is proper tools. The right tools, the right place, the right time, they make everything easier. So if you're going to be doing a lot of these, and honestly, if you're going to be doing just one of these, it's worth it to buy a few tools to make the job go a lot easier and to prevent damage to the upper receiver. One of the reasons you would want to remove the factory barrel nut is in the situation where you want to actually replace the outer rail with something different. In this case, I've got a brand new Ronin T10 upper receiver here. I will be putting a URGI Mark 16 rail on here. This takes its own proprietary barrel nut. It is not compatible with the factory KWA barrel nut, so you got to get that off if you want to put the new rail on there. I'm going to be showing you the proper way to remove this with tools, of course. So the first thing you want, obviously, here is a vise. This is going to be absolutely indispensable. There is another technique I will show you a little later on. If you don't have the vise, if you don't have the receiver block, there's another way you can actually get these loose. But we'll start with the proper way. So talking about the tools you will need, first thing you'll notice here is obviously a vise. This is absolutely indispensable for holding the material rigid, and it is also indispensable for holding your AR-15 upper receiver vise block in place. This is probably the most important piece actually for protecting the receiver itself. You want this because when you are putting torque on the barrel nut, the whole assembly is going to want to twist on you. So you want to adequately protect that receiver to prevent it from getting cracked. Again, airsoft is not made to the same grade as, even your bottom of the barrel Poverty Pony AR-15. This stuff is all just cast material, Zamac, whatever. So you got to adequately protect it, and you absolutely need one of these if you want to do this job properly. If you're going to be doing, like I do right around, 200 KWAs a year, build-wise. These tools are absolutely invaluable. Even if you just do this once or twice in your lifetime, this will save you a lot of grief and a lot of headache, and sometimes a lot of expense if you happen to crack your receiver. These receivers are not cheap anymore. I think you're talking like 80 bucks now, give or take. So, right tools make the job easy. So to get this thing off of here, what we're going to first do is insert the hooked end of our AR-15 armorer's wrench into one of these holes on the barrel nut. And I usually want to do this where it's about parallel like this, so I can actually, put some weight behind it, use my body strength. And you're just going to push down, and literally, that's all it took. Again, this is a brand new KWA Ronin, never been touched, and like I've told people, I never have to use heat, chemicals, anything to get these things off of here. Proper tools make all the difference in the world. So I do have a little addendum to add here because I know somebody's going to invariably call me out on it. There are sometimes situations where you will have to apply some heat to get the barrel nut loose. I honestly never have once encountered this on a factory KWA upper receiver. Where I do see it is in situations where somebody may have already replaced this barrel nut with, say, an aftermarket rail system, and they have used something like an metric ass ton of thread locker underneath here. In that case, torch is going to be your best friend to get that thing loose. There's sometimes just no way around that. So I'm going to show you a second technique that you can use to get the barrel nut off if you do not own a vise or an AR-15 upper receiver vise block. You will, of course, still require an AR-15 armorer's wrench, and again, you need this particular design that has the hook here with the little peg that goes in the barrel nut. And again, these tools are super inexpensive. They're all over eBay, Amazon, AliExpress. I believe this particular one is an NC Star brand. I've had it about 5 to 6 years now, and I use this thing almost daily. This is actually my second one. I broke my first one, which lasted about around 8 to 9 years, and I actually broke the little tab off of here. But the rest of the tool is actually fine. So again, these are super durable, hard wearing, and if you even own a real AR-15, this is a absolutely valuable tool to have on hand. So let's get into it, and hopefully you can see what I'm about to do here. First thing you want to do, and I recommend putting your knee on the pistol grip right here to sort of actually use your body weight to support the weapon. You do want to get your wrench hooked into the barrel nut, and you want about, anywhere from 3 to 4 inches above the ground here, so you actually have some space to swing. If you get it parallel, you're going to struggle. And now I would take your left hand and you put it against the weapon here. Do not try to put it right up in here. This is the spot right underneath the ejection port cover is pretty much the thinnest spot on the upper receiver. And if you bend that too much, it can crack. So I like to put my hand basically right over the selector, the ejection port area right in here. And all you're really doing is bracing the weapon with your left hand, and you're going to push down with your right. So the reason for this is so you need to be able to brace it so you're not actually fighting the weapon here. If you brace it, you can push down with your left while pushing down with your right. So you're using your body weight to your advantage here. So there you go. It's broken loose. Really doesn't take much. Again, proper tools make all the difference in the world. So hopefully that helps you guys out. And, as you can see, it's not that hard, not that difficult, and you can do this without, heat, chemicals, or, voodoo space magic. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Thanks.